AITA for refusing to help my ex-wife after one mistake destroyed her life and left her family facing homelessness? My wife told me she needed a break to focus on herself, and 3 weeks later I caught her leaving her co-worker's apartment at 2 a.m. I'm 34. We've been married for 6 years. Last April she sat me down and said she felt lost. She needed space to figure out who she was without me. I asked if there was someone else and she cried. She said no. She said I was making it harder by not trusting her. Like an idiot, I believed her. She moved into her sister's place. Said it would just be a month or 2. We could still text, but she needed minimal contact to really work on herself. I was destroyed, but I agreed. I thought maybe we could fix things if I gave her what she needed. 2 weeks in, a buddy from my gym sent me a screenshot. My wife had updated her dating profile. Active within the last hour. I felt sick. I drove to her sister's place that night, but she wasn't there. Her sister got defensive and told me to stop being controlling. I waited in my car down the street. She came home at midnight. I confronted her the next day and she broke down. Said she only updated it to see if she still had value. That she never met anyone. She swore on her mother's life. I wanted to believe her so badly. 3 weeks into the break, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. I drove past her sister's apartment at 1 a.m. and her car wasn't there. I knew exactly where she worked and who she talked about. This guy from her office. Always laughing at his jokes in the group chat. Always saying how funny he was. I drove to his apartment complex. Found her car parked right out front. I sat there until 2:17 a.m. Then she walked out. Hair messy. Wearing the same clothes from her Instagram story earlier that day. She was smiling at her phone as she got in her car. I followed her back to her sister's place. Parked. Called her. She answered all groggy like I woke her up. I said, "I'm outside. Come down or I'm coming up." She went silent. Then she said, "Please don't do this." I said, "Come down now." She came down in different clothes than what she wore leaving his place. Tried to hug me and I stepped back. She started crying immediately. I asked her how long and she said it didn't matter. I asked again and she said 3 weeks. Right after she moved out. I asked if she loved him. She said no. Said it was just physical. That she was confused and made a mistake. She grabbed my hands and said, "I love you. I want to come home. I'm so sorry." I told her we were done. She fell apart. Begging. Saying she'd do anything. That the break was a mistake and she realized she couldn't live without me. I filed for divorce the next week. That's when her family got involved. Her parents called me. Her dad said I was throwing away 6 years over one mistake. Her mom cried and said their daughter was devastated. That I was being cruel. Her sister sent me paragraphs about how my wife was depressed and needed support, not abandonment. I blocked all of them. But they didn't stop. They showed up at my house. Her mom brought her and my wife stood there on my porch sobbing. Saying she'd quit her job. That she'd never see him again. That she ended it the night I caught her. I shut the door. Her dad started leaving voicemails about how I was ruining their family. How expensive therapy is and how they couldn't afford to help her through this breakdown I was causing. He said I was supposed to be the strong one. The husband. That for better or worse meant something. I changed my number. Then I found out why they were so desperate. Turns out, the coworker was married too. His wife found out and lost it. Told everyone at their office. My wife got fired for violating their relationship policy. She couldn't afford her half of rent at her sister's anymore. She had to move back in with her parents. But here's the thing. Her parents are broke. They've been living on credit cards for years. They wanted her to move back in with me so she wasn't their problem. Her sister called from a new number. Said my wife was having panic attacks every day. That she couldn't eat. That she kept saying she destroyed her whole life. Her sister said I should feel good about my revenge but that I needed to be the bigger person now. I laughed and hung up. Last month, my wife showed up at my work. Security walked her out. She sent me an email after. Long detailed. Saying she understood why I hated her but that she still loved me. That she thought the break would make her appreciate me more and instead she ruined everything. She said her family was drowning financially and she had nowhere to go. That she knew it wasn't my responsibility but she was desperate. She asked if we could just talk. I didn't respond. Her mom somehow got my work email and sent me pictures of my wife looking sick and thin. Said I was killing her. That if something happened to their daughter, it would be on me. She said a real man would forgive his wife and help her family in their time of need. I reported it to HR and blocked that too. Now I'm hearing through mutual friends that my wife is sleeping on her parents' couch and applying to jobs in other states. That her whole family is furious with me. That they're telling everyone I abandoned her when she needed me most. Part of me doesn't care. She made her choice. But another part feels like maybe I'm taking it too far by letting her suffer while her family drowns. Am I wrong for refusing to help her after she threw our marriage away for a hookup and now expects me to save her from the consequences?